For those that aren't aware, I originally looked this up on YouTube, so credit to whoever whoever I referenced this from. I don't remember, it was a while ago. But the firing range hack to get the dummies to move around and shoot at you. So this just makes it a little bit easier to practice with some moving targets, because the firing range is pretty, I don't know, boring. It's hard. It doesn't really recreate a battle experience. This isn't really that much better because the dummies are pretty bot-like. They don't really move around a lot. They'll just sort of crouch. But, I mean, you can work at, like, dodging because you try not to die, and they do move around a little bit, so it's definitely better than nothing. So I'm just going to queue this up. Make sure that you pick Pathfinder. You're going to need to grapple. You don't have to pick him originally, but you're gonna need him and able to do the trick. So usually what I do first, get rid of this gun. You're gonna need to have no gun at all and able to do the trick. It's a weird thing. I have no idea who came up with this. So I usually grab some ammo and the attachments for the gun that I'm going to want to use. In this case, I'm just going to grab a wingman as soon as I come out of here, and then grab all my gear, backpack, shield, etc. Because when they shoot at you, they do a bit of damage, and there's 3 of them sort of firing at you, so you can get wrecked sort of easily. So I'm going to move up here. So you have to go back up to the starting, and it's this furthest cave right over here, the furthest one on the right. So just move on through. Once you get in, it's kind of dark and it's hard to see, but there's like a little bit of a platform up here, which is kind of sneaky. So you can just use this gravel to get right up there. I guess you could probably use like a Octane's jump pad, but that's just unnecessary. So what you want to do is go right up to the front here, make sure you're right at the front, aim all the way down, and then crouch. Now once you've done that, you just hold down options. I'm on PS4, but like go here so that you change your legend, and then pick any sort of legend. I like using Mirage for practice because in the case that the dummies are shooting at me and I'm actually in trouble, Mirage is good because he can throw out his decoys, and they're very stupid. They fall for it every time. So change Mirage. You can hear that sort of very intense noise. And that's a sign that it worked. So if you don't hear that noise, just try moving around and make sure that you're crouched, make sure that you're right at the front, make sure you're aiming down, you're in the right position. So I'll go down, I'll usually fire a decoy, and then I'll go pick up my wingman, and then just go through my drills. So usually I just grab one of the dudes and just start, working through some drills. So there's different dummies. The blue ones have a peacekeeper, so they're shooting you with a shotgun. They'll try to get close. The gray ones will have, I think it's like a hemlock. And then there's some people which will have like a weird L-star sort of. Yeah, there you go. So I just work through, and I just sort of start from one side. In between the battles, I'll just switch my armor. If I start getting weak, I'll just grab a new armor, work through, and then again, try to get headshots every now and then. And then sometimes I'll work on recoil control with other guns. Work at trying to just like hip fire with certain guns. And then I'll usually do this for like, I don't know, 15 minutes or so before a game, just to warm up. And it's kind of a nice way just to like work on your strafing, work on making sure reloader, work on making sure that you're keeping your cursor straight while you're strafing. Sometimes you can play around with that. Like, as you can see, they're quite dumb, so they're not super strong. If all of a sudden you want to get rid of, to stop it, like you can do the exact same thing, I believe. I think I did that once, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, I'll usually just grab a different gun, so maybe I'll work on some R99 drills just to work on some recoil control, but as you can see, they just sort of sit there. So it's still not as great as having actual people, but it's still kind of cool to work through. And that's about it. So I'm going to record this and pop it up on YouTube. If you found it useful, make sure to follow, subscribe, all that jazz. But that's about it.